I keep finding properties that don't currently have legal status, but they have been rented for years and have great numbers. Would you avoid these properties, or are they worth a look? Would I avoid these altogether? No, I wouldn't always avoid them. Are they worth a look? Absolutely. There is a philosophy that I love that says great properties aren't found, they're created. So here's an example of a great property being created. It's being run what some people would call illegally, because we know based on our previous question that it doesn't conform to either the building codes or the zoning bylaw, so it's breaking a law. That's why the word illegally comes in. So it doesn't have legal status either with zoning or with building, but they've been renting it for years. What's the harm if I just buy that property and I keep renting? Should I avoid it? Should I buy it? What should I do? Here's what I would say. Consider it and see what it would take to legalize that property. Call it legalize. See what it would take to bring it up to code so that you can have that piece of paper that says this is a legal 2-unit home or a legal 3-unit home. Because what you're doing right away is you're upping the value. We talk about active appreciation. We talk about flipping to yourself. I've been in many cases where I've just got that certificate in place for anywhere from $500 to $15,000, and now the property is worth tens of thousands of dollars more because it has legal status. So that's number one. That's why it's worth looking at. See what it would take to bring the building code, the building, the fire, the ESA, the electrical, all of that up to code and into compliance. And then there's the zoning piece. If it doesn't conform to zoning, it's almost always worth it to move on, because changing a zoning, having a zoning amendment is expensive. It's very difficult to get the zoning amended on a single family property like that. Zoning amendments usually happen when you have a farmer's field that's agricultural, or you have 5 properties abutting each other that are residential that get amalgamated to build a higher density residential or a commercial property. That's where zoning changes really come in, and those are tens of thousands of dollars to do. It's very rare that an investor will go in, they'll buy a single family home, and they'll get it rezoned to now allow for 2 units. So that's not common, and it happens, but it's not common. So if it's not zoning compliant, I would recommend moving on to the next one, looking for something that's zoning compliant first, and then putting all the building code pieces in place, because you can probably create an amazing property, make it legal, and get this great cash flow.